Hi, Nancy from Fancy Nancy Nails here with Color Street, and I am going to show you how to apply a Color Street set of nails. They are 100% nail polish, and they can be removed with regular nail polish remover. So let's get into what comes in a set. You are going to get 16 strips of various sizes. You can see that these sizes range from the biggest. This one actually fits my big toe pretty well. This one fits my thumb, and then so on and so forth. So this set is called I've Dot a Feeling. It's actually retired, unfortunately, but we do have some current ones that are similar. If you go to our spring line, Oslo and Steady is a slightly darker green, and then Philadelphia is a lighter blue than this, and then you can do a clear nail art overlay of polka.com and achieve a very similar look. So a couple of tools that you're going to want to have on hand with you. I am very partial to a glass nail file, so I have a glass nail file on hand. I got this one at Amazon. I have a orange stick, an angled orange stick on one end and pointy on the other. I have a cuticle cutter, and then I have a rubberized angled tip to kind of smush down some of those stubborn corners that might tend to lift if they're not properly put down. So what comes in the set, I already mentioned the 16 strips, and then you'll get a little nail file. This is just a regular nail file. I like the glass ones just because they're a finer grit. These are just like the normal grit, and these will work just fine, but it's just preference. And then the most important piece of application is your alcohol prep pad. Okay, so I did want to just show you guys very quickly before I prep my nails. See if I can get this to focus. I have some cuticles that are kind of got calluses on them, and I am going to go off camera, and I'm actually going to cut those off with that cuticle cutter. But I did want to show you guys, and yes, I broke this nail today, unfortunately. So I'm going to go off camera, and I am going to push my cuticles back, and I'm going to cut off those calcified side cuticles. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll come right back and we'll get into the application. Okay, so my nails are filed. The cuticles are pushed back and cut, and any hangnails are also cut, and I did it mostly with this cuticle cutter. So now I am going to open this alcohol prep pad, and I am going to make sure that all of the oils and lotions are off my nails. So I'm just going to clean those really well, making sure to get down into the sides. And I've already washed my hands before this, so I made sure to get a majority of the lotion off. And if your hands are really super clean and you just wash them and you know that there's not oils or lotions on your hands anyway, you might be able to skip this step, but I never do because I always want a squeaky clean application. Okay, so on the set itself, there's like a pre-tear in here, but I don't know, I'm kind of OCD. I like to cut it so it has a nice clean cut. So we're gonna take those out, and you'll see that there are 2 strips here. So I'm gonna show you the double layer method. So you can either double layer the sets that you have. If your nails are short enough, you can do that. If you've got longer nails, if you've got acrylic or gel and you're covering them, they're probably going to be a little longer, and you're not going to have enough to do a double layer on one nail. So in that case, I would recommend getting the Clear as Day set as well. 32 strips actually come in there, so it's a pretty good deal, and you can do a Clear as Day over your regular set. Every Color Street strip has a base coat, a color coat, and a top coat in it already, but you're gonna get much longer wear out of each set if you do a double layer, especially if you do that Clear as Day over top. So you're gonna size these up according to your nail bed. I know that this smallest one fits my pinky already because I've been doing this for a couple of years. So I'm just gonna rip that off, and then I'm going to peel off this clear protective top coat right here. Okay, now I don't know if you can tell, but there, one of the ends, oh, I got the clear protective top coat on here, Static Cling. So one of these ends is slightly more narrow than the other one. I like to put the more narrow end first, and then I flip it around and I will put on the slightly wider end second to double layer. I'll show you what I mean. So I took off the clear protective top coat, and now I am removing the bottom paper backing, okay? And then I'm going to remove, very carefully, I'm going to remove this silver tab right here, okay? And then, like I said, I'm gonna take that slightly more narrow, now it's curling out, that slightly more narrow end, and I'm going to line it up with my cuticle. This is kind of hard to do. I'll stand up here. I'm gonna line it up with my cuticle just like that. Center it. Press the center, press the sides. And then I'm gonna perforate it lightly with my thumbnail on the sides, and then go underneath on the center, and then smooth. So that's one layer, and you can stop there if you want to. I like to double layer. So I have this side right here that I did, and then I have this extra from the other side, same strip. This is all the same strip. So I'm just gonna double layer that right on top. Same thing, press the center, press the sides. Okay, so when I get to this step and I've got this excess right here, and I've already double layered, everything is nice and smooth on the sides, I pinch it together like that, and then I do the same perforation action underneath the nail, just like that. Okay, so that is the double layering. Now you can stop here and you can keep the double layer. Some people put 3 layers on. I do not recommend putting 3 layers on all at once. If you do want to put a 3rd layer on, like if you wanted to put the Clear as Day on top of this double layer set already, you can do that, but I would definitely wait another day to do that. Okay, so let's do another one. So this very next one, this very next size, same thing. You can see that it's just slightly more narrow on one end. So we're gonna peel off that top protective coat. We are going to peel off the bottom paper backing. We're going to very carefully remove the silver tab. And then we are going to line this up with our cuticle, center it. And guys, if you mess this up, if you mess the alignment up on the initial set or placement, I guess I should say, don't smooth it down a lot. You can very carefully lift it and reposition it if you need to. They're pretty forgiving. Okay, so again, you just perforate it. I kind of treat it like saran wrap a little bit. You kind of very, very lightly tug on it, put some tension on it, and then perforate it with your nail again. And it just comes right off. Okay, so that's one layer on my ring finger, and here's the rest of the strip. I'm gonna do the rest of the strip back right on the same nail. Okay, line it up. Oh, slightly off. Let's reposition that. Okay, looks good. Smooth the top, smooth the sides, pinch, and perforate. Just coming underneath it like that. Okay, so I've got an example of a strip that's just slightly too wide. You guys see the side right here, that it's kind of, it's ever so slightly touching the skin. So we're gonna take our, you can do an orange stick and do this, or you can take that cuticle cutter, either one. Most people have an orange stick though. So we're gonna come alongside that, and we're just gonna apply just a little bit of pressure to the excess of the strip. And then we're just gonna scoop away. Apply pressure downwards, scoop away. And you see how that's kind of coming off just like a millimeter or two. It's coming away. Okay. And we're just gonna get the excess off there. Perfect. Okay. Now you see this little bit of excess right here that's not really laying down real well. What I like to do, go ahead and take this file at a 90-degree angle to your nail. Just very, very lightly file down. And it just kind of perforates it. You don't necessarily need to rip away the excess. I would just perforate it and then it will come off. So I'm going to do the rest of my nails and I will be back. So I am almost done. I just did my pointer finger, and I wanted to show you what I like to use the rubber tip tool for. So this isn't laying real well right here, if you can see that. So I'm just going to take the rubber tip and press it into my cuticle like that. And you can see I've already perforated this right here. So I'm going to just kind of press and pull the excess away. And then I'm going to just pull that off there. And the excess just pulls right off. Okay. I just found a little thing right here in my thumb. You see this? I folded this right over. So I can just push down on that. Get that off. Just comes right off. Okay, one more to do. My thumb. Okay, so again, clear top coat. Or I should say protective layer. Paper backing. Silver tab. So thumb, just gonna line that up with the cuticle. Press down, smooth out the sides, perforate the side ends, pull down, again, flip it around, line it up again, there we go. Now you can see that this one's a little wider as well. I'm going to show you guys another method. This is called the cuticle wiggle method. So I kind of push my cuticle in, and you can see that it's making like a crease right there. So you know exactly where to cut the excess. This side really doesn't have that much excess. So I'm going to pinch that, smooth it down, perforate it, and then I'm going to take, actually I'm going to take my cuticle cutter because I'll show you guys how I do this. So I'm going to come in with it, and I'm actually just going to press the side of it in like that. Just don't press too hard, you don't really need to, but and just kind of lift that away. Because you don't want it to touch your skin. You never want it to touch your skin. It'll lift. The strip will lift if you do. Okay. So this is already pretty much perforated. Tear that away. Tear this away. And you'll get better at this as time goes on. I've done this for 2 years, so I've got some experience. So I'm just gonna clean up the edges a little bit, make sure that when this is fully cured, which is gonna be in about 30 minutes to an hour, that I'm not gonna have any edges that lift or anything like that. So I'm just gonna make sure everything is super smooth. When Color Street comes out of the package, it is 95% dry. It just needs that extra 30 minutes to an hour to fully cure on your nails. So you're not gonna wanna do heavy dishes. I know, boo-hoo. You're not gonna wanna go scrub your toilet. You're just gonna want to take it easy on them for about 30 minutes to an hour. Best time to do this is honestly, it's before bed. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys later.